Hello, awesome people! I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at the 6-page short story by Ursula K. LeGuin's. It's called Mazes. It's the next short story in this collection, The Unreal and the Real, that collects a lot of her short stories that she did. It's divided into two halves. The first half is of things that aren't in the genres that she's well known for, science fiction or fantasy, and then the last ones are in the science fiction section for you folks. So the next short story in this collection is Mazes. It's in the science fiction section. So this is a science fiction short story and so forth. Let's go ahead and get started with it. I read it a couple of nights ago. It took me less than 15 minutes for me to knock it out, so it was pretty quick and so forth. So let's get started. You know who Ursula K. Le Guin is. She has tons of Hugo Awards. She's famous in science fiction for writing classics like The Left Hand of Darkness and fantasy stuff for her junior series, The Wizard of Earthsea, that I read when I was a kid. So let's go ahead and get started with what I thought of this one for you folks. This short story begins on the first page, and we're going to find out basically all the setup for what's actually happening with Mazes. Our protagonist is a human character. They have been sent to a maze by an alien force that's inspecting them and so forth. And they said they're going to die tonight, so they're relaying their story because they believe they're going to die later on that night. So that's the first page that sets up things. So there you go. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. As a reminder, I keep my reviews spoiler free, so I won't do a deep dive into what happens. But the first page basically sets up everything, and then the last 5 pages will tell us about the mazes that are happening, what's happening, who's the alien, why they're involved, and what their relationship is, and so forth. And the mazes themselves proper described pretty quickly. There's probably about a maze or every paragraph or two, and so forth. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty dense, even for a 6-page short story, although again this is an oversized collection, so it took me a little bit longer for me to read it, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a fun little diversion for folks. So I'll link you to this collection in the comments below if you're interested in picking it up. Again, for folks, I'm probably going to be giving this a 7. I liked it. It was fun. It was an interesting, but it wasn't my favorite short story by Ursula K. Le Guin that I've ever read for you folks. As a reminder, I picked up this collection to read the short story that was supposedly copied from the first contact from the Strange New Worlds, series of Star Trek shows in season 1. I had heard that there was an episode that had borrowed heavily from this, so I went, but I never heard of it before, and I never read it before. So I picked up this collection to read that Strange New Worlds short story, and then I liked it, so I said, well, I've got this collection now, let's go ahead and continue to do these reviews. And that short story, by the way, won the Hugo Award too, so it's another in her diverse collection of Hugo Awards that she's won in her career for you folks. So there you go. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. As a reminder, the Wizard of Earthsea series started the wizard in the first book, and in of Jed in Earthsea and such, started the genre, the wizard, young boy, talented prodigy at a school. The Wizard School for Juniors that Harry Potter and other people have taken and really run with. But I don't remember anybody ever saying, hey, yeah, I got that idea from Ursula K. Le Guin, right, as a thank you from folks. Anyway, so there you are. Go ahead and leave you to it. Again, I'm giving this a 7 out of 10. It's fun. It's interesting, but it's a little tense at times. And it was harder for me to get into than some of our other stuff, so I'm only giving this a 7 out of 10, but your mileage may vary. So there you are. Go ahead and leave you to it. Have you read Mazes by Ursula K. Le Guin? If so, what did you think about it? Let's talk about it in the comments below. As a reminder, this channel is named The Worst Thing About New Books. It's a quote by a French philosopher, Jacques Joubert, who said the worst thing about new books was that they kept us from reading the old ones. And this short story was written decades ago, right? So there you are. If you enjoyed this, why not hit that subscribe button, because there's going to be a lot more of these to follow. And then finally, I just want to thank you so much for taking some time in your day and investing in watching my video, because we all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.